To more Coach's Corner with Rob LaFerry, delivered by Ison's Family Pizza on 103.9 FM. Streaming audio on the WRBI app and with video on our Facebook page and at WRBI-TV.com.
Back with more Coach's Corner on this Monday night. Rob LaFerry with you. We just wrapped up talking Batesville football with head coach Evan Ulrey. Again, the Bulldogs are on the road this Friday night in the regular season finale, taking on Connorsville. We'll have that game on WRBI, 6:40 pregame and a 7 o'clock kickoff. We now turn our attention to the soccer pitch, and we have got a lot to talk about with this duo over to my right, that being Oldenburg Academy boys soccer head coach Kenny Getz, along with senior captain Ethan Short. Oldenburg, 11-4-4 on the season, number 8 in Class A. And one of the big things we're going to talk about tonight, Coach Getz, congratulations on a Class A sectional championship over the weekend. 2 wins to get the job done, 4th in a row for the Twisters.
Actually, 3 wins, but we played Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday.
That is right. You are correct.
Yeah. I said going into it, I thought we had the hardest game first. And then as it turned out, Union County gave us a heck of a match on Saturday. We outshot them 23-5, but we only won 2-1. But it was well played. All 3 matches. Our defense was outstanding. We gave up 2 goals for the whole tournament, and it never gets old. You know, I tell these guys all the time when it gets to be sectional time, I take them into the gym all the time, and I tell them, look at the banners. I said, we want to hang another banner. And I said, it might not be important to you guys now, but when you get old like me, it's important. When I go in that gym, that's the first thing I do is look up there and look at that and reminisce about all the years, and I can remember every one of them.
Talk about this run. I can't believe I forgot the Rising Sun match because we had even talked about that was going to be a challenging one.
Right.
You were able to take that one on Monday. You were able to turn the tables on South Ripley in the semifinals, a really good 2-0 win against the Raiders. But then focus on that title game. This was a matchup. You guys were able to get an early lead thanks to Connor on a goal. Union County ties it up, and then Adam Weber comes through for you late, about 4.5 to go in the match. It takes both sides of the pitch to get that one done on Saturday.
Yeah. Again, we outshot them big time, but this guy on my right, I think he's the one that committed the foul about 40 yards out, and it was straight in front of the goal. And give kudos to them. I can't remember what number it was, but he made a nice shot, just drifted right over top of my keeper's head. That tied the game after Connor got us ahead. And then we kept pounding the net, hitting them off the crossbar, and just couldn't get them in. And finally Adam got one for us right there at the end.
I feel like with this sectional, even going through the last 4 years of championships, I think it's safe to say that you guys have been an odds-on favorite during that stretch for the most part. But it always seems like there is a team like a Union County who's going to come in and challenge you, not necessarily when you least expect it, but just someone that you don't have kind of penciled in to be the one to give you that challenge.
Correct. I mean, we played them earlier in the year, and we came out on top 7-0, and I probably played my JV about half that game. In fact, we had 6 different guys score. So kudos to them. They got a lot better as the year went on. I thought, well, I know we did too, but they really amped their game up, and they came in. Their coach had them ready. But, yeah, you're right. That it's, a few years ago when we were up at Knightstown, we had the same situation where a team we had beat early in the year. I think it might have been Knightstown, and I think they took us into overtime before we could beat them. You just never know.
Talk about a lot of your group from this past week. You had 4 named to the all-sectional team. We mentioned Connor Holder and Ryan Weber already, but Damian Breelage, Ryan Hopman also named to the all-sectional team. Thank you to Jacksonville for that release today. But, again, just shows that there's not a one-man show out there for Oldenburg boys soccer. You've got all kinds of guys contributing, and that includes even away from those 4 that get put on just one single list.
Correct. We're like, as we talked about a few weeks ago, we're a very young team. As Ethan on my right is the only senior we have, so we rely on juniors and sophomores. And Actually, I had two freshmen. One freshman's been starting all year, Blake Walter, and Marcus Bonilla. He played probably 60 minutes on Saturday. Probably had his best game he's played all year. So we go deep into our bench. We've had some injuries this year. Adam and Connor are two guys that hook up most of the time. Between them two, they got probably, 75, 80% of our goals and probably that many assists too. It's kind of funny when they came in as freshmen, I told everybody they hooked up on our game right before the season starts, a jamboree type game we have, and they hooked up on a cross and a goal. And I told everybody then, I said, watch these two. You're going to see that a lot this year from the next 4 years, and we have.
Going into this week now, most teams who are going into a postseason and are advancing usually get a whole week to prepare. That's not the case with soccer. No. You guys only get a couple days to prepare. You've had today, you have tomorrow, but then the regional semifinals coming up on Wednesday. You guys are taking on Southwestern Hanover, currently ranked number 17 in Class A. 13-2-4 on the year. They beat Trinity Lutheran 4-0 in their title game, and you go a couple of games before that. They were the ones to knock off Shaw Memorial in that sectional to even advance to the semifinal round. So it is a formidable foe. Let's first talk about what you do in terms of preparation today and tomorrow.
Well, I know nothing about Southwestern Hanover. I've not seen them play. I'm trying to see if I can find some film on them somewhere, working on that right before I came on. That's what I was doing. But we just got to work on what we know we got to do better and see if I can find something, see if give me a little bit of insight. You can go on max preps, but that's only as good as what somebody puts in, and I don't do the best job of putting everything in there either. So, but we'll work on our game and we'll be okay. They're going to be a good team. They only lost two. I don't know if I like playing on Wednesday, but the other end of it used to be years ago we'd have to play two on Saturday. And for small schools, that's really hard to play two in one day.
Also worth noting, this will be a neutral site. It does more so favor the side of Southwestern because it is in their own county. But this will be a Wednesday night game at Madison High School. 6 p.m. will be the start time, and this will be on a grass field, Coach. I know we talked about this a few weeks ago. Grass isn't too bad.
No, I'd rather play on grass. I think it's going to be at Southwestern Hanover, though, I believe, unless they just changed it.
From what I have seen, and I will try and get that sent to you, it's going to be at Madison High School.
Okay, my AD sent it to me today, and I thought he said it was going to be at Hanover. So anyway, it's supposed to be at the host school, which is their turn. It was our turn last year, unless they don't have lights or whatever, and they don't want to have it. I don't know. So you may be right. We better check on that again.
Well, hopefully
I don't want to go to the wrong place.
I believe I got that right info, but we will just have to wait and see. But regardless, Coach, a win on Wednesday, you advance to Knightstown at 2 p.m. on Saturday to face either Crystal House or number 10 Indianapolis Cecina in a regional championship. That would be a 2 p.m. game. If the girls soccer team is able to get through, they're the championship game at 7 o'clock on Saturday. Would be pretty special to see a pair of Oldenburg teams playing for regional titles on the same day in the same place.
Yeah, that happened last year, and we both unfortunately came up on the wrong end of it, so it'd be nice to go back and see if we can fix that problem.
All right, Coach, you've got a young man to your right, and your lone senior. He is your captain, Ethan Short. Just talk about what he has meant to your program this year.
Well, he's meant a lot to the program over the last 4 years. Very hardworking boy that is very vocal and comes to work on his game every night. Unfortunately, we couldn't get any of his friends to play with him, so I don't know if that means he doesn't have any friends or what. I don't know, but he and come find out, I knew his parents, and I didn't know when he came in, but I do know them from years past, so it was kind of neat to know that too. But and he'll play wherever I want him to play, and he's played just about everywhere except. And he's played a little bit of keeper, too, but just about everywhere except keeper.
All right, well, Ethan, go ahead and bring that microphone up, my friend, and just first off, talk about what that championship this past Saturday meant to you.
It did mean a lot. I was thinking about it probably the whole entire last month, trying to think if like I knew we could beat them, but things can happen. As you saw with Union County, they did make a really good competition against us, and I was worrying the whole time, especially with our first game at Rising Sun when I had a little medical issue. I couldn't really play the whole game, so I was over there on the sides worrying about the game the whole time. But we got to win, and it made me really proud. Yeah.
Talk about, and I've talked about this on the show with some other coaches, the mental aspect of the game. Physically, I think when you put things on paper, the statistics, the records, everyone knew you guys were coming in as a favorite. But the mental side is just as important. What do you and your teammates have to do to stay mentally checked in order to get that job done?
I think we just have to communicate really well. We do get together before the games, every game. We get each other hyped up, and I think that's the most important thing. I'm glad we've had Mark and Jake, some alumni, come down and help us. They've helped us out a lot, especially with getting us into the mood to win the games. And I think just staying positive throughout the whole game and just making sure we have each other's back is the most important thing.
Talk about this team in general. Every team that you have played with has had some success, a lot of success, but each team is also different. Just from your time as a Twister, what makes this team different? What makes this team special?
I think the strive for everyone is a lot better. We have a lot of new freshmen, like Coach was talking about. I'm the only senior, so I've always been the only one all 4 years. And to see have all these freshmen and have a lot of them get a lot of playing time and work super hard. I'd like to talk about Teddy's little brother, Augie Shepard. He every time he gets on that field, he runs as hard as he can and he works as hard as he can. Even if he's small, if he gets knocked down, he gets back up. And seeing that just makes me see how our team really is this year. It makes me really proud of how everyone's working. And
being that only senior, there's a lot of eyeballs on you to also be a leader. Sometimes, leaders can be quiet. Sometimes leaders are very vocal. It sounds like from what Coach talked about, you are a vocal leader for this team. What are some things then that you tried to do as the leader to really bring these younger guys in?
To bring the younger guys in, I have a really good relationship with all of them. I'm buddies with Max at school. We are ambassador buddies together, which is really cool that I'm able to have that connection with freshmen at school, not just at the soccer field. And Blake, too, I always mess around with him, always playing with him. So having these connections with them, these younger guys, and seeing their strive, it's really nice to see that there's these people who are coming to OA and making our program better.
You get a chance to play for a regional championship this week. It starts with that semifinal on Wednesday night. And again, we're talking Oldenburg Academy boys soccer with head coach Kenny Getz and senior captain Ethan Short. But, Ethan, from a player standpoint, what's it going to take even just to go through Wednesday night to get yourself to Saturday?
I think the most important thing to win Wednesday night is positivity, like I said earlier. I think when you see some of our other games, if we're down, heads down the whole time, I think that's when we are most high chance to lose that game. But whenever we're hyped up, winning, going out fast, working hard during warm-ups and stuff like that, that's usually when we come out on top and usually have our better games.
Final question, Ethan. Being the senior, and I've asked every senior on the show this so far this year, future plans in store for you after graduation?
After graduation, I want to try to attend a Purdue for my undergrad and then go to probably IU for law school. I want to go into criminal justice and try to help the world out and try to get people into better places.
Boiler one day and a Hoosier the next. Gotta love it. But again, Coach Getz, Ethan, big thank you for being on, and best of luck coming up this week with your regional semifinal, and then hopefully we're seeing the Twisters in a regional championship on Saturday.
I hope you're right. One last thing I just want to say, I'm glad we're back in Ron Raver Corner. Me and Ron were friends.
Good deal.
God bless him.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach. Thank you very much, Ethan. And that's going to wrap up boys soccer talk here tonight. As we are talking, Oldenburg Academy boys soccer. They play in a regional semifinal Wednesday night, 6 p.m., taking on number 17 Southwestern Hanover. We'll step aside, take a timeout. More Coach's Corner after this on Country 103.9 WRBI.
When it comes to you and your family's health, finding a primary care provider you can trust makes all the difference. At Margaret Mary Health, our providers aren't just here for you when you're sick. They're dedicated to being your long-term partners in health. If you're looking for a medical provider to help keep your family well, give us a call or visit us online. Our primary care providers are accepting new patients in Batesville, Brookville, Osgood, and Milan. Margaret Mary Health. Generations of care.
It's back. Our delicious chicken bruschetta pizza is back. Cecil here. I'm interrupting this commercial for some important news. Our operating hours are changing to better serve our customers and to better take care of our team members. We will be closing at 8 p.m. Sunday through Thursday. That's right, our new hours are Sunday through Thursday from 10:30 a.m. to 8 p.m., then Friday and Saturday 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Come let us serve you. IsonsFamilyPizza.com, 812-933-0333, or 117 East George Street, downtown Batesville.
Coach's Corner with Rob LaFerry continues. Watch us live on WRBI-TV.com or on our Facebook page. And hear us live on the WRBI app and 103.9 FM. WRBI.
And then there was just, two of us here inside the Raver Corner. On-site engineer Annie Nunley to my left, Rob LaFerry with you, and Coach's Corner continues on this Monday night. We have wrapped up our guests for this evening. Big thank you to Batesville head football coach Evan Ulrey for joining us, alongside Oldenburg Academy boys soccer coach Kenny Getz and senior captain Ethan Short. We'll talk more about the Twisters in just a little bit. With fall break and schedules being just a little bit chaotic for several involved with our production, we are at the end of our guests tonight, and this is going to allow for us to talk about a lot of postseason fall sports action, because not only do we have soccer regionals coming up this week, but we have also got volleyball sectional beginning this week. The football sectional pairings have been released. That was held on Sunday night, and we will get ready for that next Friday. So with all that being said, we need to take a look at sectional action and where your local teams will be playing the next couple weeks. So we will start with the world of high school football. If you were unable to listen or watch last night, the IHSA held their annual football sectional pairing show in downtown Indianapolis. And without further ado, these are the sectional brackets for your local schools. So we'll go ahead and start in Class 5A. This is sectional 14. It is a 5-team sectional. Number 8, Whiteland, 6-2 on the season. They will be at Seymour. Franklin is 4-4. They will be on the road to take on East Central, who is number 5 in Class 5A and currently boasting a 7-1 record. You see that East Central Franklin game is a bye game in the semifinals. Those two teams will not play until October 31st. The winner of Whiteland and Seymour will advance to the semifinals to take on Columbus East. The Olympians are 4-4 on the year. Again, that is Class 5A Sectional 14 featuring East Central. Let's now go down to Class 3A, which we've already talked about just a little bit tonight with head coach Evan Ulrey. Sectional 30, this is going to be a big affair of EIAC schools with just one non-conference school mixed in. If you look at the top half of the bracket, if you're watching on WRBI-TV tonight, Franklin County 6-2, and shockingly not in the Class 3A poll this week. They are on the road for a rematch against Batesville, 3-5 on the season. If you're just joining us, Franklin County, a 49-6 winner last Friday night over the Bulldogs. The winner of that game will move on to the semifinal round and get a date with number 4 Lawrenceburg, 7-1 on the year. Batesville, by the way, is the defending champions, much like East Central was up in Class 5A inside Sectional 14. The bottom half of the bracket is very well balanced in Sectional 30. Rushville, 2-6 on the year, will be taking on South Dearborn, who is 4-4. South Dearborn was able to hold on for a win against the Lions this past week. And then the winner of that one will match up with either Greensburg or Purdue Poly Inglewood. Greensburg is on the road for that game. Greensburg 1-7. Purdue Inglewood is 6-2. But if you remember from a year ago, Greensburg's first win of the season to snap a lengthy losing streak was to that exact same opponent in the opening round of Class 3A Sectional 30. We now turn our attention to one final football sectional. That is Class A Sectional 47. This was supposed to be a little bit bigger of a field, but due to Edinburgh canceling the rest of their football season, one school is receiving a bye. This is now a 7-team sectional, and the team receiving the bye, they're okay with it. That is the Milan Indians. They are 3-4 on the season. They will play the winner of South Decatur and Eastern Green. South Decatur is 2-5. Eastern Green 1-7. That game will be played at Eastern Green. The bottom half of the bracket, West Washington is 4-4. They'll be taking on Knightstown at Knightstown, who is 5-3 this year. And then Greenwood Christian, 1-7, is on the road to take on Class A number 4 North Decatur, who is 6-1. The West Washington Knightstown winner will meet either Greenwood Christian or North Decatur in the semifinal round. And, of course, a year ago, it was Milan coming out as the sectional champion and eventually losing to eventual state champion Providence in the regional title tilt. So those are the three local brackets for high school football. Sectional play begins on October 24th, and it'll be 3 weeks worth of high school football sectional action. We are looking forward to it. Now let's turn our attention to sectional action this week, and we have got a lot of volleyball to be played, so let's go ahead and take a look at those brackets featuring local teams, and we will start out in Class 4A, Sectional 14. This one is being played at Franklin Community High School. Thursday night is a lone opening round game. Columbus East will be taking on the host Franklin. Columbus East is 11-18. Franklin is 22-7. That sets up semifinal matches on Saturday, 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. Whiteland will be taking on East Central. Whiteland 12-16, East Central 19-10. And then Columbus North at 19-11 will take on the winner of Columbus East and Franklin. Semifinal winners advance to the championship round. That'll be a 6 p.m. match on Saturday in Franklin. And let's go from Sectional 14 in Class 4A to Girls Class 3A Sectional 29 action at South Dearborn away from Jennings County. It's an all-EIAC affair. Those opening round matches will be on Thursday night, and it'll be Franklin County 0-23 on the year taking on Batesville at 21-9. That'll be a 6 p.m. match on Thursday. And then following that one will be South Dearborn 18-8. Taking on Jennings County, 10-21. What a season it's been for the South Dearborn Lady Knights. A bit of a rebuild and rejuvenation for the Aurora crew. They are coming in with an overall record of 18-8. Whoever wins between Franklin County and Batesville has a tall task on Saturday as they will take on the Greensburg Lady Pirates, the defending sectional champions, 26-1. Inside 2025. That's an 11 a.m. match in the semifinals on Saturday. And yes, WRBI will be there to be broadcasting that one. And then semifinal number 2 at 12:30. We'll see Lawrenceburg 13-17 facing the winner of South Dearborn in Jennings County. A championship match on Saturday night takes place at 6 o'clock. Let's now go to Class 2A. Sectional 45. This one is in Versailles, and it is going to feature just 5 teams, and the host school, South Ripley, is going to be getting the bye. They are 20-12 on the season. They will play at 1 o'clock in the semifinals on Saturday and will face either Switzerland County, who is 5-22, or Southwestern Hanover coming in at 19-12. Those two teams play on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Only one opening round matchup in Class 2A Sectional 45. That'll be Thursday night, 6 o'clock. Brown County will make the lengthy trip to Versailles. The Lady Eagles are 11 and 12, and they'll take on the Lady Eagles of Austin, coming in at 10 and 17. Championship match, you guessed it, it's going to be starting at 6 o'clock. Again, Class 2A Sectional 45 at South Ripley. We've got two final sectionals to pass along to you in volleyball. Both of them are going to be in Class A. Sectional 59 at Morristown begins tomorrow night. Edinburgh, 3 and 20, will be taking on 14 and 13 South Decatur at 6 p.m. And then match number 2 tomorrow night, Tri-High School, 9 and 16 on the year, will be taking on Southwestern Shelby, coming in with a 4 and 21 mark. Then two more opening round matchups. These will be on Thursday night. Waldron, 7 and 20, will be taking on North Decatur, 14 and 16 at 6 o'clock. And then Thursday night, 7:30, the host school, Morristown, 12 and 16, will face 12 and 15 Knightstown. Tuesday's winners will play at 11 a.m. Saturday in semifinal number 1. Thursday night winners, they will play semifinal number 2 at 1 o'clock in a 6 p.m. championship in Morristown for girls Class A, Sectional 59. And then our final sectional in the volleyball ranks, girls Class A, Sectional 60 at Hauser. And we have got that opening round match for you tomorrow on WRBI. That'll be the Jacksonville Lady Eagles, and what a season they have had too. 13 and 11, taking on the Hauser Lady Jets, 9 and 22. Jacksonville coming in the favorite. 6 o'clock is when they'll serve it up. WRBI pregame will be at 5:40, and then that will be followed by a second opening round game tomorrow night between the Lady Hilltoppers of Shaw Memorial at 3 and 13. They will take on the Rising Sun Lady Shiners, 15 and 15. Thursday night, we have got opening round matchups, and WRBI will be covering on Thursday night. This will be an interesting showdown to begin things on Thursday at 6 o'clock. The Milan Lady Indians, who are 17 and 10, will get a piece of Oldenburg Academy, 25 and 5. The Lady Twisters currently in the top 10 in Class A, but it's been a very successful season so far for April Poole and her Lady Indians. So we'll see those two teams collide at 6 p.m. Thursday night, 7:30, will be Caruthersville at 9 and 16. Trinity Lutheran will be facing the Lady Tigers. They are 16 and 11, but don't let the record deceive you. Trinity Lutheran ranked number 1 in Class A, and they are the defending state champions. Tuesday's winners will face off in semifinal number 1 on Saturday at 11 a.m., and the Thursday night winners will go at each other at 12:30 on Saturday. Championship is slated for 6 p.m. at Hauser inside Class A Sectional 60. And again, WRBI will have coverage of volleyball sectional action. For that full schedule, you can always look at our website at WRBIRadio.com. So that's a look at football sectional action and volleyball sectional action. And with that, we'll step aside and take a commercial break. Come back with a look at boys soccer, girls soccer in the regional, and cross-country sectional action coming up this weekend. Stay tuned. It's Coach's Corner, delivered by Ison's Family Pizza on Country 103.9 WRBI.
You only have one smile. Make yours the best it can be with Batesville Dental. For over 40 years, Batesville Dental's provided the latest technology in their state-of-the-art facility. They strive to make your visit a pleasure. Doctors Broughton, Liedermeyer, and Roberts and their staff offer preventative care, Invisalign, implants, extractions, and cleanings to keep your mouth healthy and your smile beautiful. Batesville Dental, 391 Northside Drive, Batesville. You only have one smile. Make yours the best it can be. Batesville Dental.
More Coach's Corner with Rob LaFerry, courtesy of Ison's Family Pizza. We're on 103.9 FM, streaming on the WRBI app. And you can see the show live on Facebook or WRBI-TV.com.
In case you hadn't heard, Scripture Auto in Greensburg is now a part of Whitewater Motors.
If you have an issue down the road, you can call Jamie Scripture or Dave Scripture. Try that at some of the bigger places. It's just customer service. We've been taking care of people for a decade. That's our biggest thing. We treat them like family, always have. Rest assured, Dave Scripture and myself, Jamie Scripture, are still here running the business. So that's the big thing.
Visit them online at whitewatergreensburg.com.
Coach's Corner with Rob LaFerry continues. Watch us live on WRBI-TV.com or on our Facebook page, and hear us live on the WRBI app and 103.9 FM. WRBI.
We love that bumper so much. We play it twice, Annie Nunley, absolutely. And we love them on Monday nights for Coach's Corner, delivered by Ison's Family Pizza. Rob LaFerry with you. It's our final segment of talking postseason action within our fall sports realm. The last segment, we talked about football sectional pairings. We talked about volleyball sectional pairings. Volleyball coming up this week as early as tomorrow night. Football sectionals begin a week from this Friday on October 24th. We've got some more postseason action this week, and we need to talk about it because we've got more local teams in the postseason, and we start with boys soccer. Class A boys regional semifinal soccer action on Wednesday night. If you're just joining us, we got a chance to talk with Oldenburg Academy head coach Kenny Getz and senior captain Ethan Short tonight because the Twisters of Oldenburg will be at Madison on Wednesday night, 11-4-4 on the year, to take on the 17th ranked Southwestern Rebels of Hanover, 13-2-4 this year. That is confirmed, by the way, a 6 p.m. start time on Wednesday, and per the Oldenburg Academy Facebook page, the game will be played at Madison High School. It'll be in the field located behind the middle school. It's an all-grass field. Coach Getz is going to love that. Oldenburg, if they win, will be advancing to the regional championship at Knightstown on Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. and will play the winner of Crystal House, who is 10-6-1, or number 10 Indianapolis Cecina at 14-4-1. Now up to Class 3A, make it Class 2A. Boys Regional Soccer semifinals on Wednesday night. The Batesville Bulldogs will be at home playing for a berth to the regional championship, and the Bulldogs coming in 6-8-2 on the season, a sub-500 record, but a very difficult schedule has prepared the Bulldogs. And at 6 p.m. on Wednesday night, they will take on the Pirates of Charlestown. Charlestown is ranked number 16 in Class 2A. They are currently sporting a 12-3 mark. The championship game will be Saturday afternoon at Washington High School. 2 p.m. start time. Bulldogs, if they are advancing, will play either 8th-ranked Heritage Hills, 13-3-2, or Vincennes Lincoln, also coming to the regional with a sub-500 record. They are 8-9 this fall. And so best of luck to Oldenburg and Batesville, our two representatives inside boys soccer for the upcoming regional semifinals being played on Wednesday night. And we've also got two girls soccer teams competing in regional semifinals. Those will be on Thursday night. Class A girls regional semifinal Thursday night, 6 p.m. The number 1 ranked Oldenburg Academy Lady Twisters will be on the road. They are 18-0-1, and they will take on 12th ranked Monrovia, who is 16-3. The other regional semifinal Thursday night, number 6 Heritage Christian, who is 12-7, against Muncie Burris, 11-5-1. Championship will be Saturday night, 7 o'clock at Knightstown. Should it be Oldenburg and Heritage Christian, it's worth noting Oldenburg already with 1 win this season against Heritage Christian. And then finally, Class 3A girls regional semifinal Thursday night on the road at Franklin Central. 7-8-3 is number 18 East Central. The Lady Trojans are coming in 14-3-1. 6 p.m. start time for those two teams. The other semifinal, Avon, who is 9-8-1, has a tall task against number 3 Carmel. The Lady Greyhounds are 16-2-1. A regional championship will be played on Saturday late afternoon, 4 o'clock. If it's Carmel, well, Carmel gets to host that regional championship against either Franklin Central or East Central. So good luck to the Lady Twisters and to the East Central Lady Trojans. Girls soccer semifinals coming up on Thursday night. And finally, the last sport to talk about tonight from a postseason standpoint, that's going to be cross country. They are on the run this Saturday, and there are going to be 3 different locations that will see teams from our listening area. It begins at Sectional 18 at Rushville. This will be Batesville, East Central, Franklin County, and Oldenburg Academy. The boys' race begins at 10:30. The girls' race starts at 11:15. Sectional 20 at Hanover College. This is hosted by Southwestern. Jacksonville, Milan, South Dearborn, and South Ripley will be running. The boys' race is at 9:30 a.m. The girls' race is at 10:15. And finally, on Saturday morning, Sectional 21 at Brown County. Greensburg will run, so will North Decatur and South Decatur. The boys' race is 10:30, girls' race at 11:15. And how cross-country works in the sectional is they will go ahead and take the top 5 finishing teams and advance them to the regional. And then also on top of that, from non-qualifying schools, it'll be the top 15 from those squads who will earn individual berths into the next round, that being the regional, coming up 1 week from Saturday. So that's a lot of reading tonight, but it's very important reading, and we certainly do hope within the next couple of weeks, not only are our teams advancing, but you also take the time to go out and support your local teams as well and encourage and root on them for the work that they have done this season to date. And we will go ahead and step aside and take our final timeout. When we come back, we will have some final words and wrap up from the Raver Corner, Coach's Corner at Ison's Family Pizza on Country 103.9 WRBI.
Listen Monday nights at 6 for Coach's Corner with Rob LaFerry, live from Ison's Family Pizza. Come check out the show in person or listen on 103.9 FM or the WRBI app. And now you can also watch the show happen live at WRBI-TV.com or on our Facebook page. From Southeastern Indiana's local sports voice, WRBI Batesville, Greensburg.